Hey friends, it's Samara here with another design team layout using the flavors of the month, Doodle Designs Summer Fun. I'm going to go ahead and start off by showing you the kits. Let me know if you like these little previews. So here we have flavors of the month. It comes with an assortment of ephemera and some puffy stickers. Then we get these 3 super cute papers. Already my mind is scheming on how I'm going to use these. I love how bright they are. And then, oh my gosh, my challenge is going to be to use a blue background. Then we have the embellishment kit, which has this full sheet of stickers. And the pattern paper kit comes with these 2 papers. Oh my gosh, tags. And then finally, I'm going to be using a little bit of my leftovers from the Shots of Life kit, which comes with those puffy stickers as well as this. My husband and I recently went snorkeling in the Gulf of California, and I really wanted to use this. I was thinking of something of like a 9 grid, and so I decided to go ahead and cut all of the papers, just about all of them, into 3x3 strips. So I'm going to speed through this real quick, but for each of the double-sided, I'm just cutting 2 3-inch squares. And then I decide I'm going to use this tag paper. So I'm trying to find some tags that I don't love. And so I trim off that top section, and that floral and that pink one are ones that I will most likely not use. So I'll trim that down to a 3x3. I'm going to cut off the branding strip from this blue paper. This blue paper is so pretty. Love it. And then I'm going to go ahead and trim out my photo. My photo here, you'll notice it has 2 approximate 3x4 photos, and I use an app on my iPhone called PicFrame, where I basically tell it the size of the photo I want and how many spots I want. So it's a pretty cool app. And now I'm just going to arrange out these 3x3 papers. I know in that little sketch I had circles. I elected to go with the squares because I was feeling lazy and didn't want to cut out circles. So I'm fairly happy with that placement, and now I'm just going to go ahead and glue those down. I'm not adding a whole lot of adhesive because more than likely I'm going to have to adjust these. I said a couple of videos back that I'm becoming less precise as I age. It's just not worth the time for me anymore. In hindsight, I would have switched out the bottom right hand 4 pieces of paper, the pink, the light blue, and the 2 florals. It's okay though. No need to overthink it. Just taking a ruler, and some of these are pretty off, so I'll just line them up here. Sorry for the shakiness. And then let's go ahead and glue those 2 photos down. So I had planned on taking lots of underwater photos, but unfortunately I just couldn't get my phone and that the dive bag that I was using, I just couldn't get it to cooperate. So this is about all the pictures that I have. And now I'm going to come in with the ephemera. And here I'm basically designing each of these squares as its own mini layout. So that big ephemera piece with a palm tree suitcase and a life, what do you call that? Not a life raft, a ring, is going to take up that whole pink square, and then I'm just going to go in and arrange several other squares here. We were on a cruise, so I loved that little, oh my gosh, it was like a steering wheel. What do you call those on a boat? Captain's wheel? So one will be decorated like snorkeling with the turtle and the fish. I have another one with a crab down there. I pull out these Doodle pops that came from the Shots of Life kit. They were so cute. I had to use them. The first thing we're going to do is just trim that out just a teeny tiny bit and add some foam adhesive. This is the foam adhesive from the store here, and I like it because it's not very thick. It's perfect for raising up some embellishments, but it's not going to take up a whole lot of room in your album. So putting things into place. Those little fish, oh my gosh, so tiny. So again, just each of those is being decorated independently, trying to keep in mind balance. So you'll notice that like the floral, I don't have a whole lot going on with that center floral. It's already pretty busy enough. I was trying to see if I could use this ship here, and I just don't like the scale of it. It's too small. So then I remember that there is a ship on this paper from the Shots of Life kit. So I'm just going to cut that out. I'm not being too precise here. Just a little bit of wavies at the bottom. And then roughly cutting out the cruise ship here. I love to use embellishments that aren't intended to be embellishments. So I'm just auditioning that little ship around, and then I decide, okay, we'll put him next to the captain's wheel. Glue him down. Perfect. And I'm still trying to think of how I'm going to use some of those puffy stickers. They're really cute. I want to try to use them. But then I spot this border here on the stickers. So I trim it out and I cut 1 inch and 1.5 inch little strips. And I'm going to use those almost like they're washi tape, which is insane. I have nine patterns going on here, and I'm going to add yet another one. Let's do it. What I do like about this is that there are so many patterns going on the paper. This sort of unifies everything, that it is a cohesive design by having that little, just a little tiny strip in 3 different spots on the paper. Going back to that sticker sheet, we're going to grab this cute little octopus. I would have died if I had seen an octopus on our snorkel trip. Oh my gosh, like literally died right there. I really like that palm, but unfortunately it's just not going to find its way into my layout. This little pelican though, oh my gosh. I really liked him there. I should have left him there, but I ended up putting him over here on the other side of the sailboat. And now we're going to add a couple of these little puffy stickers on that little makeshift washi strip there. And then now I'm going to take a black micron pen and I'm just going to loosely sketch around each of those squares. It helps to unify it. It's all part of one layout, even though each of those squares works somewhat independently of the others. Are Are you guys noticing that you're not hearing any extra background noise like my computer going mrrr? Well, friends, I decided to go ahead and get a new computer, and it is lovely. It's so nice being able to edit this all in one shot and not having to worry about my computer overheating. Now I'm going to add my title. I lied. I'm going to add a tag first. I love tags. I will try to figure out how to use tags on every single layout. So just trimming out this yellow tag. And then using my crocodile. Is that a crocodile? I don't know. It's magic. It has 5 different hole punch sizes. I absolutely love that tool. And as always, if I'm not trying to lift up the adhesive that I just put down, then it's not scrapbooking for me. So that's really not going to work. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to utilize this tag here. And I decide to go sideways. So I'm going to trim it down. Wait, I'm going to try to put it vertical one more time. All right, now I'm really going to trim it down. Just slide it under there. A little tiny bit of it is peeking out. Let's thread it with some hot pink twine. You guys know the drill. Twine and tags, every single layout. I'm going to add a little bit of foam adhesive to the one side of the tag, just so it pops up a tiny bit, adds a little bit of dimension. This helps to neutralize that big floral piece there. Let's tie this up and give it a little bit of a trim. And now we're going to put this title. So the title that I decided to come up with is Come Here Fishy. I should have done Here Fishy Fishy. That would have been really cute, but I was worried that I didn't have enough room to get 4 words in there. So I went with Come Here Fishy. I love it. Now I'm going to come in with some black soot distress oxide and add some little splatters. And I love, absolutely love how this came out. I'm holding the brush very close to the paper, which is why I'm getting those little splatters. I've covered up my photos. And here we go. Enjoy.